everybody, it's the Walker. So what are we doing today? Well, with all these hurricanes in the news, my heart goes out to the victims. I think it might be a good idea to talk about do-it-yourself Omnivore flashlights for storm prep and bugging out. So what we'll do, because it's raining out, I think we'll set ourselves up a tarp and we'll talk about this. During a storm prep or bug out type situation, I think having a flashlight is pretty important, especially when you may lose power or may have to leave an area in the dark. Now, anybody with experience in storms knows full well some of the first things that sell out are indeed batteries and water. Now today there's plenty of options that wasn't available not too long ago. There's power banks, and there are actual headlamps and flashlights which will use the energy from the power bank. So you charge the power bank before the storm and you have an enormous amount of energy. But I think there'll always be a place for a flashlight. You know, it's just one of those things. A regular flashlight with replaceable batteries that you can replace on the fly instantaneously should they be needed. But that's a problem though, especially when batteries are one of those things which sell out quick, and a lot of people unfortunately don't fully prep at times. And also when on the fly, even if you prep right, you never know what situation will arise. So let's discuss do-it-yourself Omnivore flashlights, and we'll go a little bit into Omnivore flashlights in general. Omnivore flashlights come in two flavors. This is a high voltage Omnivore. It can run around, I would say, around 5 volts to 12 volts, which means it can use 4 AA batteries or 3 18650 lithium ion batteries. So that's one flavor. Next flavor is low voltage. This is a low voltage Omnivore. This particular one is between 1 to 3.3 volts. And they can run anywhere from 1 AAA battery to a 1 CR123 batteries, or 2 AA batteries, or 2 AAA batteries. So there's quite a lot of options. I'll show you how we do that. But the main thing is that we're going to focus on low voltage Omnivores. And the reason being is that a low voltage Omnivore gives you the ability to use one battery. And that's a little bit of an issue. Multiple battery flashlights during a emergency situation, you have to worry about matching the batteries. You know, you can't take one lithium primary battery and put it with one AA alkaline battery and not have something bad happen. And you have to kind of have the same voltages of both batteries. And when the batteries are a little iffy on actually getting them, you want something that can run one battery. You know, one primary battery, one lithium primary battery, in some cases, one lithium ion primary battery. So let me show you, I have 3 different Omnivore type flashlights, and I'll show you them. Here are my 3 Omnivore systems. This one here is for the adventure bag. Kind of like everyday in the woods, out in the world type thing. This one here is for the 72-hour bob. And this one is for the I'm never coming home inch bag. So we'll hit these one at a time and I'll explain their uses and how you can set up your own. Here is the Adventure Bags Omnivore. This particular one is based on a Surefire G3 with a Malkoff M31L module. It's pretty darn bomb-proof. I mean, to fully potted electronics, I could change out the engine. I mean, not much to go wrong. Here's this particular one's running off of 2. These are actual copies, I believe, from Duracell of the Anyloop Pros. It wouldn't surprise me, since they're made in Japan, that if Anyloop didn't make them for Duracell. So let's see. There we are. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. So how are we going to Omnivore this? Well, pretty simple. There. I carry with me this little Surefire container. It's full of them. This is actually another drop-in. This is another module, old Surefire LED module. It'll run off of 2 of these batteries. If I need to, if somehow this Malkoff inside here dies, which is absolutely beyond unlikely. I mean, that's a fully potted engine. But if somehow that module should die, I can pop in this little Surefire module, and that one runs off of 2 of these CR123s. But single mode Malkoff drop-in, I don't see it dying. So I have all these batteries in there. So there's an extra battery carrier that I keep in my pack because these CR123s last a long time and they can handle the cold. But how do I use this battery in this flashlight unless I pop in this module? Well, pretty easy. There's another CR123 primary battery. These are 2 spacers. I'll show you where to get these. I'll put it up in the comments on where I found all this stuff. Like, here's some more spacers. A AA spacer. A converter. This converts AAA to AA. There we are. So we'll take 2 of these CR123 spacers. Just make sure we put them in the right way. There we go. There we go. Drop this in right there. I also carry extra tail caps just in case I drop one. You know, I really want this light to work because we're in the woods right now. We're going to use this to hike out along with the headlamp. But all right, so there we go. Now this is running off of 1 CR123 battery, and before is running off of 2 AA batteries. But the fun doesn't end there. So we'll pop these out. And actually we'll go with 1 AAA, just in case I can only find 1 AAA. So it's put in this little outer shell, which makes it a AA size now. Drop it in. We'll take this, actually we'll put it in this way. You always got to test this for compatibility of these little spacers. So this is the AA spacer, and the converter, I believe this would be the best way to put them. So here we go. There we are. So it's running off of 1 AAA battery. And there we are. There we go. Let's run this off of 1 AA battery. There we go. Also test out these spacers to see compatibility before you actually need, there's a bunch of different ones out there. You can test the compatibility for them. Now we're running off of 1 AA battery. Now because this is running below a certain voltage on direct drive, although it's a single mode light, by changing off the batteries, running 1 of these as opposed to 2 of these, I can reduce the output and increase the runtime substantially. Remember, this is the simplest light I could possibly get, under the belief the least things that go wrong, the better. Bingo. Very simple flashlight. And I can use, with these spacers, I can run pretty much a host of 1 AA, 2 AAs, 1 AAA, 2 AAAs, and 1 CR123. That's a pretty wide variety of batteries that I can run off this flashlight. And it runs them well. And of course, extra clicky tail cap. This also is a twisty tail cap right here too. So it's both twisty and clicky tail cap. I'm not taking any chance. I believe this is a McClicky. I think or some name for that under a regular Surefire tail cap. So the Adventure bag has a very versatile flashlight, and should I be forced to bug out using the Adventure bag, I can be assured this system's going to work. Let's move on to the 72-hour Bob. Its flashlight, Omnivore. Of course, we have brightly colored and reflective lanyards and everything. And if you notice the lanyard, this is breakaway. This will pop right off. This will pop right off. I'd rather, if it's on my arm like this, if I get hung up, I'd rather lose my lanyard and my flashlight, have it pop off, than lose my hand. So we're trying to cover, same thing with this. This is around my neck. You know, if I get hung up, or I pull it out of the pack and somehow I get hung up, this plastic's going to go. So we're trying to cover as many bases as we can. Let's go on to the next Omnivore. And now for the 72-hour Bob Omnivore Life. This particular Omnivore was built on a Quark turbo body with an old school Quark low voltage head and tail. And this is the tactical head and tail. So there we are, 20 lumens, then the maximum. I think that's set for like 20 when I have it down like that. But the main thing is I have it set at that lower mode, so you know I don't always need a bright flashlight. But if I need it super high, and it's really bright, so it's 2 modes, very easy, and I can select out of a bunch of modes for which 2 I want. These are the ones I happen to choose. So, or what makes it a Omnivore light? I'll show you. Right now, it's running off of 2 anti-loop batteries. These batteries, although they don't have the highest capacity, they're absolutely dependable. They can hold a charge for years. I can recharge them. Very stable. They don't leak. By the way, do not use alkaline batteries when you store batteries in a flashlight. If you have to use them during an emergency situation, use whatever you got. That's why you have an Omnivore flashlight. But you store with any loops or other NIMH type battery, store with lithium primaries, or store with lithium ion if your flashlight can take the voltage. But so these are utterly dependable batteries. So I'm willing to take the little bit less capacity for total dependability. There we are. And this has lockout. The other light had lockout as well, and the inch I'm never coming home Omnivore also has lockout. That's another important feature, because during the hassle, somehow this is on high, you're running around, you throw it in your bag, it gets bumped on by accident. Now you drain your batteries, and you've already kind of defeated the purpose of your storm prep bug out flashlight, because when you need it most, it's empty. So, you know, what makes this flashlight an Omnivore? Well, the little stuff I have in this bag. There we are. I have two little ultra cells. These are, got these off eBay, inexpensive. I don't think they're as reliable as the one I have on the adventure bag, but that's why I've doubled up on them. You know, I've actually had one of these break on me. I have no idea why, but it just stopped working. I didn't think it could break, but hey, so we double up on them, just in case. So we can, let's say we find we have only one battery, one AA battery. In we go, in we go. Now we're operating off one AA battery. So we don't have to worry about mixing voltages or anything like that. Of course, you have reduced runtime, and you know how it goes. Now, and reduced output too. Now we're going to run this off with two AAA batteries. Again, you're sacrificing capacity, but if all you can find are AAA batteries, hey, it works. We'll give one AAA a try. It works. I wouldn't run it too long on that super high turbo mode, but the 20 lumens, it's going to run for a while. So just a spacer and a adapter allows me to run one AAA in a light that originally ran two AA's. Hey, let's run a CR123. So here's what we do. Pop, take that off. I have extra CR123 body right here. Oh, there we go. So, does that fit there? Yep, that does fit. This now becomes a battery holder. Whoops. Of course, you want to hold good batteries. So now we have a little battery holder. Okay, so we take the little body, screw the head on, and let's go with a CR123. Sometimes these are maybe the only batteries left available after people pick through all the AA's. So we'll see. This is polarity protected. Down we go. Runs excellent. This gives us, now we have one other option, because this one has slightly higher voltage than the Adventure Bags light. This is a lithium-ion battery. So we'll drop that in there. This is a rechargeable type battery. Runs it excellent. Okay, let's go to the inch bags. I'm never coming home bag Omnivore system. So we save the most versatile for last, and that is the inch I'm never coming home Omnivore Life. This is based off an Army Tech A2 Prime. Now already on the flashlight itself, it says it'll run AA1, AA2, CR1231, and 1 to 4.2 volts. It's pretty bright. Bunch of modes, or it's incredibly dim. Look at that. It's crazy dim. It's one of the reasons why I like it. Has a bunch of different options. We'll set it at, that's good. Also has a memory mode. And of course, the all-important lockout. How do we omnivore this light? Now this light also has another feature, I believe, though I've pretty much never used it other than to experiment, where it can lock in on the type of battery you use for a preference. I think the purpose is that it'll run down AAs a lot more than lithium ion, So if you're running lithium ion, you can lock it into a preferred mode or something like that. I haven't really done it much with this light, although I have done it with the Army Tech headlamps before. So it's just a feature. But I'm running protected batteries off of it anyways, so I don't particularly care. So that's that. So let me show you the little extra goodies in here. Omnivore this sucker up. Our usual spacers and stuff that we have with the other lights. See, everybody gets them. You know, this is... Don't rob Peter to pay Paul, because there's the one for the other one. So everybody gets their spacers. So we have 3 of these of the AAA to AA converters. One of the high quality, very durable AA spacer, an ultracell just in case I lose it, and one CR123 spacer. These are really nice, and something a little bit different. A lithium ion body with extra tail cap. So I'll show you how all this comes together. First thing, just like the, because this flashlight will stay in a bag, just like the 72-hour Bob flashlight system, we're running any loops off this. The Adventure Bag light, I'm frequently using this thing, like all the time. But these could stay in a bag for a while, so I want batteries that will hold up for years and not give me any problems, and also being rechargeable is a help. So we're running, right now we're running 2 AA batteries, but I think we all know the shtick. One AA battery. I'm going to recharge these batteries when I'm done. I want them to be both at the same voltage. So one of the reasons why we have an Omnivore light, that I have the option of using only 1 battery if need be. So there we are. And let's go. Where did our AAA batteries go to? Okay, let's find them right now. Things fly around in the woods a lot. Oh, where are you? There we go. So we'll dump these AAAs. These AAAs here are also rechargeables. So we'll dump these out of the cases. Let's go. 1 AAA into the adapter. We'll put you, well, I guess we'll drop you down the hatch. See, we got little... Works. So we're running off of 1 AAA using a spacer and an adapter. Let's run off 2 AAAs. Whoops. Oh, not paying attention to what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, make sure the polarity's right. This is also polarity protected, so I don't have to worry about it, but it'd be a little embarrassing if it didn't run. Good. Good. Now, how are we going to get a CR123 to run here? Well, pretty easily. We're going to pop off this head. We're going to pop on this head onto this extra body. Extra tail cap, optional, but I kind of like to have extra tail caps whenever possible. Drop in the spacer. Drop in the CR123. There we are. Now what's a big pro here? Well, this flashlight is pretty darn versatile. Let's take out one small lithium-ion battery. By the way, don't mix these at different voltages. Again, a reason why we have Omnivores that can run single cell batteries. We don't have to worry about combining voltages. I would never want to run these two batteries together. In fact, to make sure we don't do this, I'm going to remove this battery from the entire scene. And two of these batteries together can fit in this tube, but it will blow this light. This light's only up to 4.2 volts. You must always be aware of your voltage. Okay, so there we go. One lithium ion, smaller size battery. Perfect. Now here's the really good stuff with this one. Of course, don't mix somehow lithium ion with any of these if you could possibly do it. A 18650 battery. There we go. This is how I'd probably start off my I'm never coming home, because its energy is so great. Wow, that is bright. Real bright. Now we have a flashlight with a tremendous reservoir of power right here. And it gets even better with this. Because this is an inch type system, I'm going to want to have options to keep this going forever if possible, or as long as I keep going. So what I have here is a solar panel. Basically, obviously we can't run the solar panel tonight. Little battery pack. Always have a little battery pack in your solar panel if possible. But you can't run it tonight. However, if I am to run it, what I would do there we are. Set this up like this. Now, the pro here, let me get this stuff out of the way. The pro to having this big lithium-ion battery is that, now this is actually a lower capacity one, but I have bigger capacity lithium-ion batteries. There we go. I can charge this. This will charge, this is a 1 amp charger. I could charge this at 1 amp. And if I have, all I need, just give me like a sunny afternoon, and I can fully charge this. And this is the energy of 3 to 4 AA batteries. You know, one good sunny afternoon, and I can this thing's gonna charge pretty quick. And I can keep this flashlight going for weeks with this much power if I'm prudent. If I don't run it on turbo, if I just run it on a reasonable level. I mean, maybe even longer than weeks. See, it's something like that. Just a reasonable, you know, flashlight level. It's going to run really, really, really long time. And all I need is a good sunny afternoon. You know, give me a good sunny, you know, nice sunny day. And I can keep this thing going pretty much forever. Another option is I can also charge potentially the AA battery as well, although the downside to that, this will also charge the, there we are. There we are. There, I could charge a AA battery. As any loop will take 1,000 charges. This one, 500, maybe even more than 1,000 charges. So this is this is sustainable, but this is crazy sustainable. Unfortunately, downside is this charges at a much slower rate. But hey, in situation, you do what you do what you can do. It also will charge the lithium-ion battery, but at a slower rate. It's 0.75 amps. This is a full amp. But it is I'm Never Coming Home. And that system, for very little bulk, with this light, this battery, I'm in forever. Or until something goes horribly wrong. We need to get out of here. The coyotes are acting up and we got miles to go. So let's have a little omnivore thing. You know, proof of concept, right? We're in the woods, so we might as well do it. Let's say, hypothetically, these batteries are done. Okay? So now we have a flashlight that has no batteries. What are our options? Our camera has 2 AA batteries. We could use those. That would work. But let's have some more fun. There's a 1 times AAA flashlight right here. It's an O-light. It's an excellent little flashlight. 1 mode. Let's say it breaks. Yeah, I know it's double redundancy we're talking about, and possibly triple redundancy, but that's what prepping's all about. You know, preparing for the unlikely. Because when things go wrong, they just keep going wrong. There's the battery. 1 alkaline battery. And 1 working, but hypothetically broken, O-light flashlight on my keys. So let's omnivore it. There we go. There we go. And drop you down here. Drop you here. Now we're back in business. You know what we're going to do? We'll finish packing up, and we're hiking out with this light. Running off 1 AAA battery, and I hope we have enough, but I think we will. Man, is it pitch black out here. I mean, just pitch black. I would be in a world of hurt, you know, if I had to hike out of here with no light. It's just, oh man, is it dark. Really, really dark. And there we are. 1 AAA battery. Please stop our camp, make sure everything's gone. Let's get out of here. Now, this isn't a bunch of light, but beats the light I wouldn't have had. Now this would be big trouble. Get on ledges like that. It's not far, but keeps going, going, going. And a steeper drop off. You have to watch. You know, going without light. You spend an unexpected night in the woods. Look at that. And you go right off that. And it keeps going down even farther. So, let's see what else we have here. Oh, what's that? Ooh. Oh, that is... I'm not going into that. Hold on. I climb up this muddy embankment. Ah, there we are. Wow. That's split. Look at that. Let's quickly go around that. There we go. So these are the little obstacles you gotta avoid. And also slipping on wet stuff, wet rocks, wet roots. Best to go slower. I can hear the cars, and that's a good sign. So that means we're almost out. Of course, we're in all dark clothing. I don't have my usual bright colors and reflective stuff. So we'll go, oddly enough, the road far more dangerous than the woods. So we'll do our best to use this one AAA battery to be pretty visible. There we are. We got plenty of light. Hey, we made it. And I love making it. I absolutely love that. There's a little bit of rain coming. We won't let that get us down. Woohoo, the van's there. I love when the van's there. Okay, that's about it. One AAA battery, Omnivore style, got us out. Plenty of light. So if you like what you've seen, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and y'all have a great day.